What was the catalyst or tipping point for your action and involvement in this issue?
Well, there's a couple of things that really got me. There was a time, the earliest awareness I had of plastic pollution and the marine debris was maybe about 12 years ago. And I was walking on the beach like I always have with my daughter and my husband. And we were walking along, and there was, we used to always pick up agates and petrified wood and cool wooden pieces and bones and, all that really nifty stuff that the ocean has to offer us. And I was walking along in this really remote area in Southern Oregon on these beaches where I now live. And I picked this piece of what I thought was bone. I picked it up, and I'm like, whoa, something's wrong with this. This doesn't feel right. It was too heavy to be a bone. And I thought, but it looked like a bone. It was weathered, and it had, the porous look of a bone. The shape looked like a bone. And I picked it up, and I turned it around, and this writing, this embossed writing on it on the side. I don't even remember what it said, but it was words. And I just remember this. Oh my God, this is just horrible. This pit in my stomach, just like, this is plastic. Plastic has been in the ocean so long that it's looking like bone. And that was like that was when the light bulb went off in my head of, oh my God, we've been making plastic so long, and it's now out there in the ocean, and the ocean's turning it into things that look natural. And that was horrifying. That was really a horrifying thing. And at that time, I was starting to see little bits of things along the, way up high on the high water mark, but kind of walked by them. I was dismayed by it. I thought it was a horrible thing, but I thought that it was really a temporary, I don't know, I just thought maybe it was somebody dumped something, I didn't really think about it as a huge problem. And then, a lot of times when we walk on the beaches, most people don't walk at the high water mark. We walk in the wet sand. We like to be right next to the shoreline, and you don't see a bunch of junk there normally. But that kind of lodged in my head, and then the years went by, and I wasn't living next to the ocean. Then I had a lot of other traumatic things happen in my personal life that kind of took me away from that issue a little bit. But then when I came back to the ocean and I moved here, I walked the ocean almost every day. I walked the beaches in Southern Oregon, and I started seeing more and more garbage, and I didn't really want to see it. I think a lot of people really don't want to see it. I think that the ocean is where we come for seeing beauty, and this is our paradise. The ocean is our paradise. This is what we all dream of as a vacation, and it's all like really beautiful. So seeing garbage is not what we want to see, and a lot of us just walk right by it. So I was doing that, and then there was one day that really hit me hard, and I went to this very favorite beach called Cape Blanco. It's south of Bandon here, and the furthest western point on the continental United States. And I went there, and it's kind of a bank, and you look above and you look down below, and you see this beautiful stretch of beach. Well, I stood there, and I saw two things. I saw a lot of agate hunters and people picking up agates and things right along the shoreline. Lots of beautiful rocks out there, and fossils too, lots of fossils. And I saw that over here, but over here I saw this horrific long line that was like a mosaic that went in and out. And it was all plastics. It was this colorful mosaic line. And I just thought, geez, those people over there aren't even noticing this stuff over here? They're all picking up all this stuff that's supposed to stay on the beach. And I said to myself, how do I get those people over there? How am I going to get those people to pick up this stuff over here? How could I do that? What could I do? What could I make? What could I create? What could I do to change that? How do I get them to pick up this stuff? And I thought, all those little pieces, as I got closer, I saw all these little pieces, and they were, little red and blue and green and yellow. And I thought, well, what if those people were seeing that as lapis lazuli and malachite and cadmium, and carnelian and all those little precious stones? That, hey, if those people could think those were valuable, then they'd pick it all up. They'd all be gone. And I thought, how do I do that? How do I get those people to pick that stuff up? And I was like, okay, that's a really big challenge. How am I going to do that? And I thought, well, art supplies. What if I said, free art supplies, go to the beach and get it. Free art supplies, everybody go. And I thought, hey, everyone's looking, artists always want free supplies. And we got all this garbage on the beach, and we got all these people who like to pick up stuff on the beach. And how do I get them to do that? And so I went back and I thought on this, and I came up with this crazy idea that, what if I took my 30 years of teaching? What if I took my 20 years of being an artist and all those years of thinking strangely about materials? What if I put that together into a project where we would pick up the garbage off the beach, turn it into art supplies, and make gigantic sculptures that were so beautiful that people wanted to go look at them? So that was actually the birthing of the Washed Ashore project. So I don't know, I kind of got off on that, but that's how it started.
What does the future look like with your impact?
Well, I'd like to think the future looks really bright with my impact. I'd like to think that that just with this project that I've come up with, and that people are getting so involved in this, that people love this project so much that it's raising awareness. I just feel like the arts, using the visual arts, using film, using literature, using music, using visual arts, using sculptures, and putting this issue right in people's face, that they can't ignore it because it's right in front of them. They can touch it, they can feel it, they can see it, they know it. It becomes, they get their picture taken next to it. That impact will make people stop and think, wow, this is all plastic off the beaches, and how did that happen? I didn't realize that my toothbrush was made of plastic and it's on the beach. What the heck was that about? Maybe I should think about that. I don't know. How does it get there? I mean, I'm hoping that the impact of this exhibit, this project, which is a continual project, and we're not ever stopping, we keep building more sculptures, that the impact of that is that we will make people wake up. We will raise awareness so that discussions happen. And that is happening. I hear discussions. I hear people trying to come up with solutions. I've had, where the show is right now at Portland Community College, we're in a college campus, and it's just creating all this buzz. We've got the engineers working on stuff that, well, we need to figure it out. We need to solve the problem. That's what we want to hear, I've got sociologists talking about how could this happen? Why aren't people working together? And the other thing is to have people work together, have the impact of we all own the problem. We all use plastics. We have to think of a better way to work and live and act. And so I think the impact is a good one. I'm not a scientist. I'm an artist. I'm doing my best through the arts to make an impact. And the impact we can make is really about raising awareness and getting people to start talking about it. And then from there, we hope political action happens. We hope laws get passed to protect the ocean, that people stop and change their ways, and we all start working together. And that's what this project is. We all work together. So that's it.
What is the biggest opportunity to come out of this problem?
That's such an interesting question. An opportunity is always there for every problem. There's always good that can come out of every bad. And I think the biggest opportunity is for people to really find the good in themselves and for people to work together. I think it's an opportunity for humans to really, really stop and think about what they're doing to the earth. To really analyze how we got here and what is the problem with the plastics is just one of the problems we're having with, you know, hurting the earth, hurting the ocean. And we have to think of it as a chance for really humans showing their best part of them. You know, I mean, I really believe humans are basically good. I think that every one of us has good in us. And sometimes we get sidetracked into, you know, greed or, you know, bad habits or, you know, not looking at things right, or we have some devastation that takes us under. But I really believe that, you know, it gives us a chance whenever we have a big problem in our lives, and as humans, this is a big problem. We've got marine debris, but we also have a lot of other issues. To not be just depressed about it and become apathetic about it, but to really say, you know, we can make a difference. If we all come together, we can all make a difference. We can do this together. One person can make a difference, but a group of people together can make a bigger difference. And to not give up hope, I think we cannot give up hope. That's the danger, is that we give up, you know, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. And I keep remembering that. And I think that's the biggest opportunity, is to stay hopeful and to really work on things together.